Is it just me, or does nobody seem to want to have a boss anymore? And now more than ever, maybe you don't really need to.
America 2021 has been the year of the Great Resignation.
More and more people are expected to leave their longtime jobs this year to try something new.
Almost 40 million Americans quit their job last year. Sure, many of them are switching to other jobs, but also many of them are becoming their own boss. More than 1/3 of our total workforce in the US is now freelancing in some capacity.
In case I don't see ya, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
This is my friend Brittany, who literally taught herself how to use a fancy camera and become a go-to family photographer around Philadelphia, all in a couple of years. She manages all of her clients' invoicing and communication through a platform called Honeybook. Even me, I used to work a Monday through Friday job, but now I can tell my own stories directly on Facebook and YouTube and even earn way more money. But what's super interesting is this. This isn't a story about just Americans quitting their 9-to-5 because they're sick of bosses, but people around the world. See, a few years ago, I met an Uber driver in Bali. I wrote about how he used to work at a laundromat, but then he became an Uber driver. As soon as he would pick up passengers, he would show us a book with monkey forests and beaches, and he would say, "Take my number, I can show you around Bali." Using the likes of Uber, Instagram, and TripAdvisor, he built his own business and works for himself. And side note, he met his wife on Facebook. This is a guy who has never left the Indonesian island, but his life is completely different than his parents' generation because of Silicon Valley. And then there's this tour guide I recently met in Mexico who was tired of working for his dad, so he started using TripAdvisor and Instagram to get his own clients as a tour guide.
Hi, my name is William. I'm living in San Jose Manialtepec in Mexico. I was born here. I grew up here too with horses, cows, but I moved to Mexico City when I was studying the high school, and I decided to study tourism. And I'm trying to find the best way for living, and I find my passion in the horse, and I'm trying to mix my passions and the opportunity to earn money, and I take this work. I was working in Huatulco.
But what is the best part about being your own boss? You don't have a boss.
No, it's difficult. It's difficult. We have to check the relationship with everybody, my community.
And do you think more people should do what you're doing in other parts of the world?
Yeah, I think so. I'm 100% sure that the old people work in that.
Last year, there were 60 million Americans who freelance, and that number is going to be 90 million in the next 6 years. And maybe this trend is actually good for corporate America too, because they can stay a lot more nimble and hire people for projects, rather than keeping them for a long time and assuming that their role is going to stay the same. But of course, things are not all rosy here. There are other factors like health insurance and 401k that many of us lose out on when deciding not to work for just one company. But I want to know what you think. Are freelancers and entrepreneurs going to continue growing and taking up more and more share of the workforce? Or will we continue to see massive companies with tens of thousands of employees? Let me know what you think. While you're at it, subscribe and follow to my channel. Find me on TikTok and Instagram at Upton.